One, I love it. Yeah, I love living close to the land, and I love the livestock, the horses, and I love the people I work with. You know, there's really this, people come here, people from marketing, or from some, something that doesn't have too much to do with the land and this part of it, and they come here and uh, it's a chance for them to slow down a bit and connect in. I've mentioned this in a couple of things, but um, I have friends who are trackers, you know, like professional tracking and outdoor wilderness awareness folks. And in that realm, there's a term, I think it originally maybe came from Tom Brown Jr., who has probably the first tracking school in the United States back in New Jersey in the Pine Barrens. And he coined the term, earth speed, like slowing down to earth speed. And that when you're on the land that way, um, there's a you're available to connect in a way that you aren't when you're in the you know chaos and the hurried pace that life is typically for most of us. And so um, whether people are aware of it or not, the land sort of invites that. It When our nervous systems want to synchronize with the atmosphere and the environment that we're in, that's what happens as there's an opportunity to slow down to earth speed here. There's a lot of talk about what happens in that synchronizing our nervous systems. And I think the more I'm uh, living and moving at earth speed when people come, their nervous systems want to sync up with that. There is something inviting about that happens. And so I think there's a way that there's an opportunity for people to find and experience that earth speed uh, is supported by me and others slowing down and being at earth speed. Um, but people have that experience out on the land. And you look at mammals. If you were to go out and just study the mammals that are around, anything of our size or close to our size, any of it, they're all conserving their energy. You don't see them, frantically doing things. There's a real blending to the environment and stuff. And I think it happens for people. One of my current observations and noticings, both in myself and in the world, is that we've really normalized being disconnected. There's an old medicine man up in Oregon who I met, and he was a Pima Indian. We called him Grandpa Rod. He was just a gem of a man. He parted with words like they were $10 bills. Like he would sit for hours just silent, and you'd hang out with him and stuff. But he was like, all these problems, all these challenges, because people would seek him out, wanting to get his advice and tap into his wisdom and stuff. And he's like, so much of our cultural disease and distress and everything comes from, he would say, three things: being disconnected from ourselves, being disconnected from nature, and being disconnected from spirit. And I would add into that being disconnected from each other, which is a function of those other things. If you're not connected to yourself, you can kind of give up on having any kind of real connection with nature or others or spirit. You've got to have some level of connection to yourself.